Hello and welcome to a Guilds of Ravnica draft. My name is Bill Kolodzi, and let's jump into it. Okay, we have a lot of good white cards in this pack. The best may be this Assure to Assemble. Of course, that puts us into two colors. Conclave Tribunal is just an efficient way to deal with pretty much anything, and Healer's Hawk's maybe the best white common. But Conclave Tribunal is definitely better than the Hawk. It's whether we want to speculate on Assure to Assemble or not. I kind of think the Tribunal is better. It just is a much cheaper answer to anything. The Assemble is kind of a bomb and a win condition, so that's very close. The only thing putting Assemble a bit worse is that the Tribunal just answers anything and is highly splashable. Well, somewhat splashable. You could splash it out of Golgari off of a gate and maybe a hybrid color green-white thing. Creature. Alright. Or just do some weird 5-color thing. So a little more versatile there, but I wouldn't fault you for just committing to Selesnya a bit earlier. What now? Not much left here. The Woodshaper is good at finding the Tribunal, so that is an option. Ritual of Soot. Possibly a good control card. But that sets us up for a bad color combination right off the start. Yeah, we're going to have to take a powerful card here. So, Discovery Dispersal doesn't pair well with Conclave Tribunal, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Dimir Guildgate, maybe a little early to take that. I'm just going to go for Ritual of Soot here. Ooh, Revival. And stay open. Stay open, because if we don't get past the good stuff, then I definitely don't want to be in a white guild. Let's see. Vivid Revival can be strong. It doesn't work with anything we have yet. Capture Sphere. It looks like it might be that kind of deck, huh? Just take a bunch of removal early and hope we can find one or two cards to win the game. Yeah, because there's just nothing exciting in this pack. I really don't want to take Izzet Guildgate after these first two picks. And Capture Sphere just is a nice one. Alright. Artful Takedown. Again, a good piece of removal. There's Spinal Centipede, Necrotic Wound. That might be hard to use in this deck if we don't get too many creatures. But I could see the Artful Takedown. Yeah, I'm really looking at the Takedown and Dimir Guildgate, but the Takedown is a bit better. Okay. Lots of Dimir options here. Devious Cover-Up is a card I like. We're getting a bit saturated at the 4-mana slot. Mission Briefing doesn't help with everything and is not a high priority in draft. Then there's Whisper Agent, which is easily castable, helps a lot of the Dimir decks. It's a nice little thing. It doesn't surprise too many people anymore, but it can, maybe a little less than 50% they'll attack into your turn 3 mana open. Certainly you attack into it if you have a 2-power creature, but there are a lot of 1/3s and 1/1s that would not want to attack in there. Gate. I could see grabbing this gate here. One archetype I'm a fan of is the gate deck, like get 9 or 10 gates, and then you have a few payoffs for gates, like the 6-mana Gargoyles and the Guild Summits that help draw extra cards, and of course the Glaive of the Guild Pact. Yeah, not passing too much here, so I'll grab this. Temple Garden coming late. Crawl Swarm is a finisher, and we don't have any gate payoffs yet. We just have a couple super off-color gates. I like Crawl Swarm, but I'm going to grab Izzet Guildgate here. Leapfrog. Veiled Shade. Not a fan of any card in this pack, so I'll keep taking random gates that are unlikely to be playable. That's surprising. Healer's Hawk coming back. There were white cards better than it, pretty much just the rare. But I really don't think at this point we can play these Hawks. So I might take Unexplained Disappearance here. Dimir is my color preference to begin with, and that's a good one there. Mephitic Vapors, kind of like Ritual of Soot. And there's also Cosmotronic Wave, but Vapors is about as good, well, better on defense. Creeping Chill. Okay. If we get just a ridiculous amount of Surveil, Creeping Chill might be fine. Dimir Locket's a nice one to pick up. Necrolisk. I guess we're more likely to play some white cards, but not a whole lot for the last few picks for us. What a start. Hopefully we open something real nice here. Stalwart would have been good if we had that the Healer's Hawk and went in a more aggressive direction. We can pass that here. Plaguecrafter is also very good. Burglar Rat is Plaguecrafter's best friend. This is less common and a more important piece, I think. So I will grab Plaguecrafter here over Burglar Rat, Notion Rain, and then after that, take down. Oh, hello. Kind of a glorified Omen Speaker, 1/3 that scries to. This Surveil could be more important, and don't overlook the ability to copy something from your graveyard, because you can get some major upgrades and be pretty tricky with it. The later the game goes, the more options you're bound to have, and the better they'll be. Make this into a flyer, make it into something that gets some random benefit. Yeah, good sign that we're being passed something like this. An uncommon is missing. There are better uncommons in Dimir, but still. It is a good sign for us. Child of Night is pretty good. I'm going to go with the less common option here. Discovery Dispersal. More Surveil to do early. Ooh, there's our Glaive. And another Conclave Tribunal. Foily Glaive. Conclave Tribunal. Unfortunately, none of our lands are going to really help splash white. And the Glaive is a pretty good win condition for a deck like this. Oh, it's tough. I'm not sure about this one. I'm going to take Conclave Tribunal and just find a way to splash white, I think. These cards are just insane. Okay. We will find a way. Pretty much the only way to help us splash white is to pick up Dimir Guild Gates. Or the 5-color gate, I guess, helps. More gates here. Is it Guild Gate? Pretend our good white cards are actually good red cards, and then we're in better shape. Maximize altitude. I don't think I want any of this. So we can pick the card that's most likely to help us. I guess another gate. Right now I'm not playing any gates, but not really passing much for that. Spinal Centipede. Yeah, that's a good one. Severed Strands can deal with anything, but I'll go for the creature here. So many, is it Guild Gates? Someone's going to wonder where they're all going. Right to me. Collar, Dazzling Lights. That's a nice one to get here. And Veiled Shade, I guess. If we're low on playables, we can put that in. Oh, come on. I wanted to wheel a little more than this, but it looks like Just getting a bunch of nonsense here. Nonsense I wouldn't even be happy to play in the guild. One more pack to bail us out. Street Riot. Maybe that'll bail us out. That is an interesting card to open. Izoni, Thousand Eyes. Yeah, because we have all of these Selesnya guild gates, we can splash green and white at the same time. So Izoni gets better. Dimir Spybug might just be better for us. But Izoni's exciting. It's a good card. Dimir Spybug's a pretty good one to copy with Lazov. Yeah, we can stay on theme here. Very interesting, though. And there's a good chance we could pick up some more guild gates. Dimir guild gate. Yeah, Dimir Spybug's good enough. I'll just grab it here. If that wasn't here, maybe the Watcher. But beyond that, I would strongly consider Izoni. Oh, wow, Dimir is coming. Here it is. Discovery Dispersal, Deadly Visit is probably just better. Deadly Visit, yeah. I will take the Deadly Visit. A couple of Dimir guild gates going by. Hopefully one comes back, it's possible. Oh, Assassin's Trophy. Not sure if this is worth a ton anymore, but I'll check. Yeah, it's not worth 10 tickets like it was before, maybe around 3. Still, if we're splashing the Conclave Tribunals, it's not much harder to splash the Assassin's Trophy. We're passing Watcher in the Mist, which is a real bummer. I think we're supposed to take a Watcher in the Mist. That's tough. I'll take Assassin's Trophy. Sort of, that one's tough because I'm trying to get the most value out of the draft as possible. And this isn't necessarily a terrible card in our deck to begin with. And I think we'll build a pretty good playable deck without 1, 3, 4, but that is a good card. Here I'll take Notion Rain. Radical Idea, Cover Up, Severed Strands. Yeah, if only this pack was as good as some of the earlier packs. I'll take Devious Cover Up. And now we have Poisoner, the second Cover Up, which kind of makes a nice couple, and Centipede. Let's go for the Poisoner with stuff like Dazzling Lights. That's going to get a lot better. Vapor, Radical Idea. Flower to Flourish. Oh, Child of Night. I'm happy to get one of these. The second Cover Up and Spinal Centipede. Looks like we're going to be a little more control-minded here. So we need maybe one more playable. Dowser of Lights, not as good as a 3/4 flyer, but it's still a good size of a creature. And the second Unexplained Disappearance would be okay. We have one. They pair well with Devious Cover Up, but the deck needs a little more push in the late game, and this will give it to us. All right, getting this Golgari Guildgate makes me feel a little better about taking the Assassin's Trophy. And that's what I want. I want to feel better about my picks. Wand of the Vertebrae. No. Collar the Culprit might be the best thing against us. So we can hate draft, although that's not a real important consideration for league drafts, where you're just playing cross-pod. Yeah, this came out fairly nicely. The tribunals can be late, but they're needed late, so you don't care to remove their 2/2 early. And it's nice if it can, but in this deck. That's not its main purpose. No red. We don't have any gate synergies. We missed the glaive. The rest is fair game here. We can play white, blue, black, green. A lot of removal. Some nice counter magic. Ritual of Soot, even though it kills all of our creatures, it also helps reset when we are behind. Lights, we got some decent things to fill in the curve, some decent card draw options. Assassin's Trophy and Tribunal, so yeah, a lot of good removal. Now it's just building the mana base. To start with, we have 13 black cards, 14 including the trophy. So 14 black cards, 12 blue, 2-1. 14, 12, 2-1. So here's a good start. The mana looks like it'll work. These help a lot. So we need another couple cuts here. 7, 7, 3, 4. Even more green than white. That's too bad. But the Golgari Guildgate's free, so might as well put that in there. And then it becomes 8, 8, 3, 4. Is that enough? I mean, what are we most interested in doing early? That's stuff like Hired Poisoner. The first few turns are sort of the most important. Hired Poisoner, Radical Idea, Child of Night, and then we have like the Dimir stuff. So that is pretty even. We do have a preference for black here, but not by too awfully much. In fact, Discovery Dispersal helps out a lot, and Notion Rain. So the mana is not perfect, but it's not like we're trying to cast whatever those Electromancers are on turn 2. We don't have so many mana requirements like that, double color on turn 2. So, 4 color control. Let's try this out. Round 1, our mana is already biting us, but I have to keep a hand like this. You don't have to, but I am going to. And just hope to get there. Gotta get that black source, especially against a red deck. This could hurt a lot. A little awkward here if we do draw the black right away, because we won't be able to play Lazav. That's kind of the least of my concern. Oh, and, oh shoot, Lazav would be great here. We could always Assassin's Trophy the thing, but I don't want to do that. I'm just happy to have the the mana we need. Great. That pretty much fixes it, especially with the Surveils we'll get. We don't have Deadly Visit yet, but everything else is accessible. What is this, a 2/2 haste? No, Bodyguard, which is going to be rough. Dazzling Lights, that's exactly what I was thinking of, although it's not as good here as it might be. This stupid Selesnya Guildgate. If we had only played the island, we could just keep going here. So let's take a turn off Lazav, and then we can Dazzling Lights to try to kill the Bodyguard, which also prevents the Mentor trigger from happening. It'll just be too small. Alright, bring it on. And then maybe we can trophy the Legionnaire. Let's see what we have on top. Tribunal's a good one. And island is not as good. Graveyard top. Yeah, I assume something like that'll work for us. So here we go. And just to be mana efficient, I'm going to take out this Legionnaire. So none of our stuff dies. They get a land, but hey, at least we're not dead. And yeah, let's play Lazov, see if that helps. Lazov Swamp, let's top that one. We could Conclave Tribunal, but I don't think that's very helpful. Lazov should be good enough on its own, and if not, we're at 16 life. We can take a little bit of a hit. Our hand is good. That's a plus. Oh, why this is highlighted there. Inspiring Unicorn, sure. Many ways of dealing with those pesky unicorns. Yeah, not the least of which is just Deadly Visit here. Do we need either of these? We really don't. And it's always good value to put a Radical Idea in the graveyard. Oh boy, Luminous Bonds on the Lazov. Do we have any value creatures? We don't yet, do we? So they get in there 2 damage. We could always Tribunal the bonds, but that's kind of not great. Yeah, let's that might be okay actually. I mean, if that was their best play, I'll give it a turn here. We'll take it to 12, hopefully counter their next play. Then we can put back Deadly Visit, Assassin's Trophy, and Dazzling Lights. Or maybe not. No, Dazzling Lights is really good here since we have Hired Poisoner in play. And Hired Poisoner is not the only card it's good with. 10th District Guard, I mean, that's fine. At least that's something that Poisoner can deal with, and they might be trying to bait counter magic. It certainly looks like we have counter magic. Yes, please. Trophy, Lights, Visit. And hey, look at this. Lazov being a pal and helping to tap for Conclave Tribunal. That's neat. Not that it really needs to. We'll cycle that. Take another 2, but I'm willing to trade the Poisoner for the Guard here. And if they play something second main, we can just get back the Poisoner into our deck. Okay, we'll take 2. And their 5-drops are available to them. Another one. Didn't we exile the first one? Now they're both gone. You can go meet your friend. Spinal Centipede. Oh, if only that helped. I guess it kind of helps. I'll just double block Fresh-Faced Recruit here. And then, I don't know, I guess we could turn Lazov into a spinal centipede in case it dies later. Cosmotronic wave. Okay. We go to 6, so we're not dead, but that is somewhat annoying here. Okay, it'd be pretty silly if they didn't attack with the guard. Interesting. Assassin's Trophy. Our hand is just interesting. That's what it is. An interesting hand. Maybe we don't want to give them a land here, but it's a nice trick in, you know, getting them to attack with the recruit. Like if we use the tribunal to get rid of luminous spawns, they just don't attack. Let's see what happens here. I mean, they come in with the recruit. Yeah, go ahead, thin your deck. They're going to have some insane 6-drop. That's what the tribunal is for. Maybe just a pump spell. Sure strike. Okay. Welp. Now that we have redundant copies here with Convoke, we might as well do that first. So, yeah, our best removal spell against this somehow hard to beat 2-1. Trade the centipede with the guard, and then we have removal left over. Logic bodyguard. Huh. This hurts, but it is necessary. Can't really justify either of those here. And that's fine. Let us strand the bodyguard once again. And hopefully they don't have a haste creature. But we should be able to strand it for a while and then have enough creatures to start attacking. Ooh, that's a good draw. It's not incredibly safe here, because the safest thing would be to have 7 mana. But I could represent Dazzling Lights. They just drew Sacred Foundry, so it doesn't look like much has changed. It might be a couple more tricks in their hand. We can beat a single haste creature, and there aren't any flash creatures outside of Dimir, so that is good for us. So I'm not going to use Deadly Visit here. Wouldn't be a terrible play. We probably just win no matter what. Yeah, I guess that's annoying. Isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Well, on their end step, if we disappear the Crater Maker, they kill the Centipede and we do 5. Now if we just attack, they can double block. I think we should just see how they block. They can block all the damage by hitting, yeah, we should just wait here. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is attack with both. they're going to try to make this block. Oh, they missed it. I don't know what's going on then. All right, you're at 4. Is that what you wanted? Whoops. We're still, I mean, we're in a great shape here anyway, but yeah, they didn't do what they intended to do, I imagine. Okay. What should we do about this? Mephitic Vapors is the perfect answer to a 2-1 that we can't otherwise deal with, and should be pretty good against their deck regardless. The rest of our deck does seem good. Assassin's Trophy MVP. Unclear if a 3-4 is better or worse than that. Ritual of Soot, obviously very good too. And everything else makes sense. I guess the Devious Cover-Up, yeah. It's maybe not as good. Cut 1. Or go down a land, but that can't be right. We have these Notion Rains. I could see cutting a Notion Rain. Yeah, they're just so aggressive. If we get so low that we're just trying to stabilize, Notion Rain's the worst possible draw there. It was okay that game, but if we were a couple life points lower, I would have been too scared. Or at least more scared of playing it. Oh no, I wasn't recording that whole time. Huh. I won. On to the next match. It was pretty much a bunch of turns where we held up mana, and this thing was stranded. They finally got a haste creature. We chipped in for 4 damage a turn. I don't even know when I stopped recording, to be honest. But yeah, we had a lot of instant speed answers. Capture Sphere, Assassin's Trophy, which would have been the last one I wanted to use. The last turn, they found an answer to our 1-1, but we still had a 3-2 here. So we killed him. Round 2, definitely recording here. Would I like to play first? Yes, sure, why not? Keep it. Dayman. Champion of the Sun over there. I guess that makes us the Nightman. Goblin Banneret, that is scary, but we drew the answer we need. And then Plague Crafter, that'll be fun. I don't know what we're going to do with it, probably just trade with whatever they have left at the end of this turn. I don't want to see a bunch of tokens coming in. That was the start of the second game of the last match. They played a couple tokens. I had Plague Crafter on top, but I was able to surveil it away into a Mephitic Vapors. Nice sideboard option. I don't know what to do here. Maybe we can wait till the dust settles to play Plague Crafter and just play out Centipede. Match them 1 for 1 here. Mentor or not, both creatures can trade with theirs. Yeah, you think you're pretty clever, huh? How about this? At least we get our counter. Look, value. Value has been achieved. Oh, I like that. I quite like that. But maybe not yet. Weird one. We might be taking a sizable hit here. And they might not play another creature. So there's a lot of risks at work. But if we can get more value out of Ritual of Soot, that's my preference here. Even if it means taking some more damage. If we take the Plague Crafter line, then they redeploy creatures. Yeah, this is enough. This is enough here. And if they attack, I'll just block whatever. We could bounce our own Poisoner. It's gonna die anyway. They're like, why would you do that? And they might think of it like, oh, I see what they're up to. Island is fine. We don't want to draw many more islands, but the first one is okay. They're like, yep, that makes sense. Cool. Are they out of stuff? They're out of stuff. Beautiful. Wonderful. Yep, sometimes you just need to deal with 4 creatures, and that's all they've drawn so far. We can deal with the next creature, but no rush. Lots of ways to deal with it. Plague Crafter's my preference. Let's see if they bite here. It's going to trade one way or another, but I like the way where we end up with a 3-2. Okay. I'd rather draw a card than have them discard a land. Top Notion Rain, draw Notion Rain, potentially counter their next play. But I feel like they might not play anything, and we're probably okay. We can probably answer any threat they play here, and then hold up the cover up later. Maybe they just don't play a threat. So that's okay. Spyboog. In comes all the removal. I mean, they've got 5 cards of something. 5 cards of either tricks or removal or land. So are they going to play, you know, some giant 5 damage spell here? Intervention. Why don't we cover that up and get back Notion Rain, Disappearance, this thing, Centipede, just random stuff that's all fine. Ritual of Soot is another option, but I don't think we're going to end up in a state where we need that again. I hope not, anyway. Centipede off the top. Cool. These Boros decks. Beating these Boros decks all day. Lazav. I will play Lazav here. It pumps our Spyboog. Spybug. Get in there. Lock it. I'm trying to... Okay. They're done. They're done. Their draw must not have been very exciting. Mephitic Vapors. I'll definitely get that in again. And that's about it. I mean, Selective Snare could be okay, but Disappearance is generally easier to use and better. And on the draw, it might be worth taking out Notion Rain again, as crazy as that looks, when it was so good that game. Mephitic Vapors is usually going to be a better option on that turn anyway. And we have a lot of card draw and surveil and stuff, so we should be good. They play first. We have not the best hand I've ever seen. Maybe that's an understatement. 3 uncastable cards. But we're on the draw and we have Spinal Centipede, which can go a long way here. Banneret, that's really bad. We need to draw Mephitic Vapors and a Swamp. Okay, that certainly helps. That means 2 more cards in our hand are turned on. Oh, Mephitic Vapors 1 time. No, not yet. Yeah, interesting interaction here. If they pump the Banneret, we can kill it before it attacks. If we kill it after it attacks, they still get the counter. So we just have to do it first. Not ideal for us, but I'd much rather kill, prevent 4 damage this turn. Use it. Do it. Go to combat. Yeah, go to combat so they don't use that land first main. Not that there's much they could do with it. Hosda Marshal. They make use of the land one way or another. Spinal Centipede. And then next turn we could play Gate Tribunal, or I guess we could just play Swamp Tribunal, but then Dowser of Lights is a little harder to get down. Fresh-Faced Recruit. We're up against this again, where we just don't have a good block. Minotaur. Yeah, now that we have something to do next turn, we've got to deal with something here. We could force them to play a spell and then come in, and they don't have too much mana, so I like getting rid of that. And I'm fine trading the Centipede with the Minotaur. We just can't trade with this, and either way it's 2 damage. Deal with the Minotaur next turn. You're next, foily Minotaur. Looks like they found a creature, Fire Urchin, and they really want this Hosda Marshal to get in there, but it's not going to. Or if it is, it's not going to yet. And I want to be able to block. The Whisper Agent is neat because it can ambush the Marshal. But that's about all it does there. Then we take like 4. And we can't even block with the Centipede. Now, at the very least, we can block with our little Centipede thing. Somehow, it got this big spine that's like the same size as it on its back. And it's not the only one. Like, there's a bunch of Centipedes running around like this, thinking they're hot stuff. Yeah, we take less damage if they Sure Strike the Hosda Marshal. So that's definitely what I want to do here. Sure Strike that. We take 2. If they Sure Strike the Fire Urchin, not only do we take the 1 from the Marshal, but we take 1,000,000 trample. Easy block. Easiest block of my life, in fact. Okay, well, get our big guy into play and kind of shuts down their attack for the time being. Unless they have another Sure Strike, I guess. They could come in with the Fire Urchin. We block the Marshal again to Avoid that. Wow. Just that thing coming in. And flyers. I don't know how to deal with flyers. What am I supposed to do against flyers? Race it? Not easy to race. But sure, I'll try to ambush the marshal or the urchin or something. Probably the marshal. Not looking good. We need answers to these flyers, and we wasted them on fresh-faced recruit and smeltward minotaur. Oh well. At least we have protection for the agent, and then shoot, maybe get 7 damage, put them to 11. No, because put them to 12 because they're going to be able to pump their healer's hawk. And I almost hope they do pump the healer's hawk. Where are they putting this? They're putting it on the healer's hawk. Let all that resolve. We get a surveil. The fact that Mephitic Vapors doesn't deal with the hawk is a real bad sign for us. Dazzling Lights. We actually just need removal. So I'm gonna put that in the graveyard. Desperate for removal. Another Sure Strike. Lots of these Sure Strikes. So they get a little more damage in. We'll do this. Assassin's Trophy is the only card we can really trust to help us out here. But yeah, we would have traded here if even if we countered the spell, so I don't want that. Block the 1/1. Disappearance. That could be good. That could be decent. So, I mean, not looking easy for us here, but make this attack. Bounce the healer's hawk. Surveil 1. They shouldn't be able to attack with their ground creatures. But if we bounce the healer's hawk and find an answer to the patrol, then Mephitic Vapors is once again able to deal with things. Yeah, I'll accept that. Gives them another land to work with, which is kind of annoying, but that's what we're up against. Righteous Blow. Okay. Gets that out of the way. Combat. I can't let them attack here with that patrol, so we just give them a land. And if they come in with like everything, we'll block the urchin and hope they don't have the 6th Sure Strike. Too many Sure Strikes. Yeah, they're gonna come in with everything. Make this block. Don't have it, please. Intervention. 3 to us. So I guess it didn't matter there. Lots of tricks, lots of burn. All right. It's a match. Creeping Chill. Is that the hero we need? Burn decks can't beat Creeping Chill, right? It just depends. How much Surveil do we actually have? We might not have enough, especially after cutting Notion Rain. It's probably not enough. I'm just gonna keep the counter magic and hope that's good enough and keep it like this. Notion Rain still out. Even though we're on the play. Sure, I'll keep this. It's got decent answers, some early interaction. It's not busted, but it's something. That makes it a lot better. Lazav is a good blocker against these decks and also just pumps the Spybug. Just random creature. Takedown is perfect, yeah. It doesn't give us a turn 3 play, but I'm not too worried about that. We're not going to block with the bug here anyway, so the only thing that would make us want to do that is like a 2/2 haste flyer. But even then we're okay. We keep back the fresh-faced recruit. Sure, we'll bite. Use your Sure Strike. I didn't care about Lazav anyway. You usually want to do these artful takedown nonsensicals on their upkeep, because white decks do have ways. Tap kill to convoke out like a Loxodon or something, and if they smell artful takedown, they're just gonna run that out first main. Cool. This makes our Spybug bigger, and we want all of this. I think we go top, Vapors Island. It's going to take them a while to get a board big enough to use Hosda Marshal anyway. I don't mind them getting in 1 damage here and there until then. So we'll get our island first, which holds up Cover Up and Capture Sphere, and then hopefully they get some 1 toughness things into play. Ouch. Take our 3, I mean. Well, let's see here. What to do? I'm gonna just race him here. Do this bug. Capture the boar. Just put it in this capture orb. Another thing we can do on their upkeep. Not that they're gonna have a ton of convoke cards that they can't already do for 5, but why not? Come on, play your Healer's Hawk. 10th District Guard. No. Vapors does get in more damage, and it stops them from getting a 1/1. But yeah, I'm still gonna attack here. Let them get in their 5. Yeah, it's a tough one here, but as long as we don't let them resolve anything great this turn, we can clean up the token and the marshal with the Vapors. Pump the bug, kill them in 2 hits. Oh, this looks exciting. Exciting enough to cover up. And all of these cards are great, so let's put them all back. There's Lazav. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Doesn't really matter when we do this. Let's just do it now. Graveyard top. Because it pumps it, but also shrinks it. Good luck. Good luck against our draw here. I don't know why my hand is so big. I don't even have any cards in my hand. Make the battlefield bigger. Ouch, that hurts. That's not very nice. But we still win. I can't imagine what they could have to screw this up. Because we get the Surveil here to put this up to 6. I guess that's fine. And that should do it. On to the finals. Here we are. Would you like to play first? Yes. Let's do it. Always with this Selesnya Guildgate. And here we have a good reason not to play at turn 1, which is turn 2 Lazov. It shouldn't mess us up too much. And there's always the potential we can draw some untapped land, get the locket down. It's gonna be awkward with this gate, but we'll try it out. All right, I guess we're ready to play here, and I will start with a land that lets me cast Lazov turn 2, and that could help us find the land we need for locket. We need a couple more lands to get our turn 4 Dowser down. We might have to settle for it. Turn 5 Dowser. Well, I thought we were ready to play. We'll see. Okay. It's now their turn. Took them 6 minutes to get here, so use it well. It did take me a while to find this. Not quite as long as it took me to join the draft in the first place, which was 25 minutes or something. It's sort of towards the end of the format. There are still a handful of people playing, but it's a fun format. Figured you can get some drafts recorded here. Whew. Okay, we're doing it. We're trying to do it. We're doing. Let's take a look at this art. We've got Lazov here, and we've got a little, bust on a pedestal. What does it mean? What does it mean? Do we want this? No, I think we do want a second black, but we have it, and we already have the green here. Mainly we just want untapped lands. Yeah, it's kind of neat, and you've got like the dragon bust back there, as if Lazov can impersonate any of these by like animating their statue or something, whatever. I'm gonna attack here. I guess I didn't need to play the Guildgate. We'll use Discovery. I swear, when my opponent plays slow, it in live or online, it makes me play faster, and I play worse. It's one of my biggest fears, I guess, about live Magic, is that my opponent's going to slow play me. What a scummy thing to do. And it's not always intentional, but whether, for whatever reason they're playing slowly, it does mess me up. What do we want here? I think we want all of this stuff. It's just going to take forever to get it all into play. Let's go top. At least we get through the cards more quickly. And online, it's not nearly as detrimental. If your opponent's playing slowly, they're just using up their clock, not your time. Well, not your clock time anyway. And thank goodness I can split the video up to skip all these parts. Right, 3 lands on turn 3. Fearless Halberdier. Very cool. What do we want? We want to develop. We want to kill this thing. We want Dimir Spybug. Let's play the Spybug and hope we can get a land. No attacks, just F6 here. And if we get the land, we can go Locket, Disappearance, and that's a really good turn. It's tempting to double block the Halberdier, but it's a little too early for a play like that, especially in the face of open mana and tricky spells. So no blocks here. And if we get that land, we'll be attacking back for just as much anyway. Beam Splitter Mage. Oh, wow. Okay. No land. No land is not good for me. But we can play Unexplained Disappearance on this, find a land. Oh, please let me find a land. And get in for 2. Capture Sphere. Forget it. I put enough removal on top. Now I just want lands. And we have a good blocker for the mage. If they go land into Maximize Velocity, that would be annoying. But I guess they're just going to look for a land themselves. And they can't attack, yeah. Cool. Cleanup. No land for them. Yeah, awkward start. Awkward in a lot of ways. So we definitely want Dimir Locket. And we could trophy the Beam Splitter Mage, but I think we'll just call it a day here. I mean, they're stuck on land, so the last thing we want to do is give them a land. They discard Book Devourer, which is not one you typically see. Yeah, just keep them stuck on lands here. And do our Dowser of Lights here. We don't need to hold up anything super tricky looking. Just attack for 2. And if they get out of control next turn, first of all, that's pretty unlikely. Second of all, it can't kill us. A couple Sure Strikes or something could do a lot of damage, but even that would allow us blockers. And then we can settle all that with a ritual. After the soot settles, as they say. Land, another Urchin, and a Locksmith. So we know they have a 3/2 in their hand, which they just haven't been able to replay. So that's great. It could be time to just ritual this board and get in for 4. There's no way they can come back from that. What if we could copy something big? No, let's not worry about it. Ritual their board. So it's a 4 for 3. Play Poisoner, attack for 4. You know, we could have waited a turn to do that, but I am just getting a little impatient. Ooh, very nice. Again, I'll use my better removal in some ways here, just to avoid giving them a land. Which is my last resort. But I'll do it, you know, to kill them. If we need to get rid of a blocker, which we probably will. Cosmotronic Wave. Yeah. And then a 4 damage spell to the Dowser? No, I guess it just couldn't have been the right play there for them. But they're happy enough to kill our Poisoner, I suppose. What a weird... what a surreal match this has been. Alright. They have... What do they have? They have at least one X1, but I don't think that's enough to bring in Mephitic Vapors. Most of their creatures are tough. Selective Snare. Even Notion Rain might be cuttable here, but for what? Like Veiled Shade? Maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. I am worried that they're just going to have a lot of stuff early, and something like Veiled Shade could at least block or trade. Oh, really good hand here, potentially. And wow, they're playing lightning speed now. They know they have to win 2 games in 14 minutes. Oh, that's so good, actually. It might change what I do here. Although maybe not. If they let us get in a hit with Child of Night. If they have no 2-drop, like if they had a 2-drop there, I'd be much more likely to just hold off. We'll see. I still might hold off a little bit. Dimir Informant, pretty good against us. Then what? Then we could play Veiled Shade. Wow, getting rid of 2 mountains. So land is not the problem this game. Maybe they sided in 2 lands just to be sure they'd draw enough. Lazav. We've got them on the ropes here. Super tempting to just wait and see how much they can deploy, and then Ritual of Soot. But generally, you should, you know, not hurt yourself too much by doing that. Come on. Yeah, we need to find something good here. Well, hold on. We can just do that on their turn, or maybe Whisper Agent. Yeah, the Ritual doesn't even kill their big threat here, which is the Cyclops. And we don't have a good way to kill that Cyclops yet. Fire Urchin, okay. Deploy everything. Might as well. We need targeted removal here. This also helps us dig. Centipede. I'm gonna top it, sure. Like, we definitely get to draw 1 with Radical Idea, and if our board gets too ridiculous, then it's not gonna be easy for them anyway. Book Devourer, sure. Don't think we ever really need that much in play. Okay. I don't care to use Plaguecrafter to kill Dimir Informant here, even if it... Yeah, well, we probably lose something better than it. Ugh. Yeah, definitely a weird match. Definitely some strange stuff happening here. Can't be too sure what this is about. But, yeah, there's a lot of tricks that really mess us up here. Fortunately, if they just have Sure Strike, we can pump Lazov in time to save it. No, that's not true. Never mind. No, that's not true. Sure Strike really gets us here. But yeah, I made that block at the last minute thinking that that might be the case. So hopefully it's not Sure Strike. It could just be these two, and then we put a counter somewhere. I think we put the counter on Child of Night. Dazzling Lights, 3, 4. That's annoying. But it gets them to use something. And it does pump up something. Lazov is interesting, but I'll put it on Child of Night. Child of Night is so worthless here, but 3/2 lifelink is a lot more useful. Unless we knew we were going to sacrifice it to Plaguecrafter. That's another option. Deadly Visit, there we go. Let's just go ahead and use that on the Cyclops. Book Devourer is another interesting target, but we have other stuff for that. Graveyard, the Island, top the Tribunal, and we're getting back into it. This is starting to look good. Pass it here. Potentially we could attack with Child, but I really wanted to block this Book Devourer round 2. Try to trade off these two guys for it. And then Lazov can become Veiled Shade, which is not a bad thing for it to become. I was going to say, if we win this game, they're not going to have a whole lot of time for Game 3, but they won't have a Game 3. But even if they win this, sort of the longer it takes them to win it, the better for us. Put them on some time pressure. Okay, they do have this maximize velocity kind of stuff. And they're stuck on red. I mean, no wonder they put 2 red in the graveyard. 6. Yeah, I'll just block with everything. They can't kill everything. They can kill Veiled Shade and Child of Night, or Lazov and Veiled Shade, which is pretty annoying. Oh, they can do it again. Well, that's annoying. So now we can't kill Book Devourer. Maybe we let them discard their hand. That's not so bad. They only have 0 cards left. Beacon Bolt. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, so now it doesn't matter if Book Devourer hits us, so we'll just let it hit us and trade Child with Fire Urchin. Take the 5. Exile Book Devourer, right? It's you may discard your hand and draw that many cards. So it really isn't anything here. Beacon Bolt's annoying. But we actually have this Tribunal, which helps out immensely. And if they want to go ahead and, well, what happens here? Yeah, if they want to go ahead and use Beacon Bolt to kill the Zov, I guess I'm fine with that. It's only 2 now. Beam Splitter Mage is fine. They can't even give it haste here, so that's not a big deal. Time to use Ritual of Soot. I don't know, but I will play this land so we can copy our Veiled Shade. Maybe they won't expect it. Or that's pretty cool. If we had tons of mana, we could copy Veiled Shade, pump it up, and then copy Child of Night. So we get a big Child of Night. I think it works that way. Yeah. +1/+1 until end of turn. Even if it changes form, that should still be applied to it. Can we save it here? Three to copy, +2/+2. I guess we just can't save it. So let that happen. We could have made it into a centipede, but that also doesn't help. Oh well. Ritual of Soot then. Get your 3 damage in, go ahead. Very nice. Or not, up to you. I'm fine either way. All right, is it happening? Yes, they are coming in. So we're gonna clear this up right quick. They still have, we have to keep in mind, they have velocity and they have, where is it? Where is it? And Beacon Bolt. Just trade off 1 for 1 here, as long as we can. Sacrifice this, they have to sacrifice Beam Splitter. So, I don't know, just keep this stuff up. Spy Bug. And I'm going to save the Tribunal. We could take 3 here. Probably we're not taking 4, because they'll discard a card to kill the bug. Or maybe not, but yeah, the bug's not a real threat to them yet. And we'll use the Tribunal eventually, but oh dear, okay. Let's bounce this. A temporary solution. Now they're more likely to use the bolt, but it slows them down. Yeah, put the poisoner on top. We are running out of good stuff to do. Murmuring Mystic. Oh, wow. I mean, I guess we already saw that. Thank goodness we have an answer. And then, do they want to discard a card to Beacon Bolt here, or just get out of 3/2? Either way, we have an answer to both. It's the Beacon Bolt. Oh, so they do get the thing off of it. That is just too bad. At least they didn't have time to give it haste. But yeah, we're behind again. We have to deal with this bird illusion. It's not even real. Fake bird. How are we going to deal with it? Dazzling Lights. There we go. That's the answer. Maximize velocity. I don't really want to deal with that, so. Chemister's Insight, that's a nice one. I'm glad they're not getting too many birds off of it. I'll save the Dazzling Lights. What? Oh, they just want to use the insight again, I suppose. And maybe block the poisoner. Oh well, I'm not in a rush. Just do this so we can keep up. Oh, are they going to counter Dimir Locket? No, they're going to use Insight, I bet. Phew, okay. I'd rather that than countering the Locket. I really want my Locket to resolve, okay? Pass it. I assume they left the bird back intending to block the poisoner. And sure, we could use Dazzling Lights, but risk factor. Let's let them draw a million cards, see if they can figure out what to do. Shoot. If they take half an hour when they have 2 options, how long do you think they'll take if they have 7? But it should just extend the game. Maximize velocity there. Sure. And if it's just 3, a radical idea, gross. I was going to say if it's just 3 we can dazzle it, but here it's not quite so simple, is it? Anything else? Maximize, another maximize maybe? They have 2 in their graveyard, so it's just infinite velocity. Sure. I still guess we dazzle the fire urchin to take the least damage possible. But we'll see what we draw first. These guys. I like these guys. Top. We can bounce their bird and make them discard. That might be the best thing you can do with that nonsense. Do we have enough mana to do that? And then hold up stuff? Kind of. And is it worth doing now? No, it's worth doing on their turn. Because one thing they could do is pump the bird, and we can do that in response. Get in 1. Nope. Goodbye, bird. And then if things go really nuts, we have this Assassin's Trophy. But we probably don't need to use it here. I mean, if they're not using their maximized velocities, it means they just don't have a creature. I mean, who knows? Okay, so let them draw 3. And they're down to 1 card in their library. They're just playing this all backwards. Now they'll have a creature, yeah. And Assassin's Trophy is really hard removal. Mesmerist. Not that we need to kill anything. Cover up. Okay, your move. Capture the locksmith in case we draw a wall. And why not? For good measure here. Assassin's Trophy. Wow, 2 mana kill anything unconditionally. Seems good. Maybe we could have kept the cover up, but that's going to be a lot of direct damage to kill us. Wait, what did they do? Gravitic Punch, and then Inescapable Blaze. That would have killed us anyway, right? Yeah, Devious Cover-Up couldn't have saved us. Alright, they drew their whole deck and they managed to kill us. Good beats. I thought I had that one in the bag. Fortunately, I have the next one. Gosh, I hope I win the next one. It's possible not to. It's certainly possible not to win. think we'll be okay. I'm just going to put in Creeping Chill because that might be okay. Yeah, this seems okay. It seems playable. And playable hands should do well against this. Now they're going to play lightning speed somehow, even though they took hours before. Maybe that gets our spy bug. Yeah, they really kicked it into gear here. I wonder what was up. I'll play the bug. We have a little time. And I'll block. The Plague Crafter can take care of bigger monsters. And if they use a trick here, that's fine. Plague Crafter. Radical idea. Just to hit that land drop, maybe. Sort of out of order there, but another way to keep your opponent behind is to play fast yourself so they don't have as much time to think. But far less important for you to play fast. You should try to be playing correctly. What's it going to be? I will trade off resources as often as possible. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, it can't block. Right. Right. Good. Yeah, so we just pass here. We can pump the shade twice, and then if that doesn't work, we have plenty of instant speed interaction. But I guess the only thing that would be left is the disappearance. Whoa, maximize. That's so much velocity. Now we just need to pump once. Or I hope they don't counter this. Oh, that would be something else. We need a black source. Nice, and they have to discard. And we still have our Veiled Shade, and they're discarding another velocity, and they've got 1 minute left. Definitely a strange match. Not your typical match. But I'll take it. We got 2 trophies this time. Assassin's Trophy and a Draft Trophy. Halberdier. Oh, and maximize velocity. You know you like doing that. You can do it again. And just go ahead and do it again. All right, this thing, and yeah, it's really locked up now. If we take any more damage this game, I'll be surprised. Halberdier, you have another velocity if you really want. I'll be happy to block. Just, I don't know. Okay, go. And this time, since they have like instants they could play, there's no need to Artful Takedown on their upkeep. I mean, they also have 0 seconds, so cool. Thanks for watching. Got our trophies here, didn't even have to use it. 3-0. and I'll catch you next time. Good luck in your drafts.